One of my favourite cheese recipes comes from Brussels, which is one of my favourite cities. And it's for cheese fondue. And no, this is not the cheese fondue popular in the 1960s and 70s. It comprised a large vat of hot wine with cheese stirred through, into which you dunked large chunks of bread. A very funny idea, which I think originated in Switzerland. No, the Brussels cheese fondues are light, spicy cheese balls that are perfect as appetizers or entrees. The process is simple and it's best done the day before you cook them. First, into a large saucepan goes some butter, about 100 grams of butter, and I prefer a good unsalted butter for its flavour. Plain flour is then stirred in, about 150 grams, and when mixed, I stir in milk, a little at a time, stirring constantly. This cooks into a thick white sauce. Well, it's actually almost a paste. Then it's taken off the heat, and I add cheese, 2 cheeses. One Gruyere or Emmental style of cheese with a sweet, almost fruity flavour. I'm using a Gruyere style cheese made in Tasmania, and it's beautiful, about 150 grams. And some Parmesan or other hard matured cheese such as Romano, about 100 grams. I allow the cheeses to dissolve and then return to the heat, adding some spice, cayenne pepper, just a little, some nutmeg, freshly grated, of course, and egg yolks, 6 egg yolks added a little at a time, and a little salt and a little pepper. Oh, that smells fantastic. This is just left to simmer now for a couple of minutes, making sure that the mixture doesn't actually boil. I wish you could experience the aromas. By now you're probably thinking what a rich dish this is, and indeed it is. However, these amounts are for around 12 people as an appetizer. Once I'm satisfied with the result and have a smooth, thick cheese sauce, as I do here, I turn it out into a greased or oiled baking tin lined with non-stick paper. I spread it out and smooth the surface before covering with more non-stick paper and allowing it to cool. Once that's happened, I put it in the refrigerator to chill, preferably overnight. The next day I prepare the balls. I turn out the mixture onto a chopping board, remove the baking paper, cut into cubes, and preferably with a wet knife to stop the knife sticking, and then roll each piece into a ball. Now, if you're doing this recipe in a hot kitchen or a TV studio under television lights, and the mixture is not really cold and firm, you may have trouble cutting it with a knife. Doesn't matter, just take spoonsful and roll them as here. The shape is not important. Once rolled, they're dusted in flour, again plain flour, and dunked into an egg wash before being drained and rolled into breadcrumbs, or even cornflake crumbs you could use for this job. Once they're coated, I put them back in a tray and put them in the deep freeze for at least an hour. They should be really cold before they're cooked. They may even be cooked straight from deep frozen. To the cooking, and they need to be plunged into very hot oil to seal the outsides. This could take 4 or 5 minutes, depending on the size of your balls. They should be crisp and golden brown. Then they're drained and put on paper towel to remove any surplus oil. Degree of difficulty, well, it is a little challenging, but it's well worth the effort and it's good fun to do, I think. Preparation time, about 45 minutes of hands-on work, plus cooking and chilling times. Keepability, eat immediately, but the uncooked ones that are crumbed keep well in the freezer. Now, because these Consuming Passions balls are rather rich, I do recommend serving them with a salad, and as wine companion, a light red wine would be suitable, a Shiraz Grenache or a Pinot Noir that is young and fresh. Absolutely perfect. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appetit.